Alright, this is exactly the type of card I wanted. And I think we have to Duress first. And let's see. I cannot risk that they have 2 mana counterspell. So we have to bait it with Duress and then try to resolve Ketramose, and from there we can probably do it. Oh, they have a dragon. Alright. So this is basically like a hard counterspell at this point. And we need to resolve this on the next turn, so we can try to fight for value. You can just resolve Ketramose if you are on the play and your opponent doesn't have 2 mana counterspell, but you know, it's hard to get there, so... So usually you need to work a little bit harder. That's why we have so many Duresses in the deck. So as you can see, you force a reaction and this opens exactly this turn. I'm just playing life at this point. Life actually matters for this matchup because they have helixes and they can try to burn you with Shiko. But I just want to have, you know, maximum mana, not think about it, and shouldn't make the biggest difference for now. Let's see. I don't remember if they have answer to Ketramose. Like, they usually have, like, destroy effects, Ultima. Cage doesn't. I think they might not have a good answer to this. So if we can activate it, that would give us a ton of pressure over them. And we need to start drawing cards somehow. Rediscover the Way, really strong card. And let's not forget they have Shiko, so they can recast something. So on the value side, they will have... Alright, they have Revelation. Because it bounces, that's probably the play. Alright. This is risky. I want to have Annex. But I also want to exile a card. This is a rough one. Not sure if they have... Let's go to second main phase and see if they have any priority. Well, there is something, but it could just be Helix. With Duresses, maybe we can just get a little bit all in. If they play Shiko in next turn, we are absolutely golden then. Because we can remove Shiko and also the whole graveyard. This resolved. That's huge, man. I wasn't sure if the Annex goes through. Alright. Get lost. Painful, but at least we get map tokens and our opponent didn't time it right, so we can already use it. That's actually kinda meaningful. If we could draw a land... Alright. I'll take it. So a slight misplay by our opponent. Of course, they meant to do it at the end step, but it was actually the second main phase. But, you know, not the biggest deal. We still need to beat the main value, and it's not easy against this deck. Like, they have a ton. Alright, this is good. This is good. Even though they get solid value, we have Betrayal, which is absolutely massive here. A little bit unfortunate that they had stock up before we could exile it, but you know, it is what it is. And we probably might do it on the next turn to exile or Rediscover the Way for the future. We can forage, right? It's 3 cards if I remember. So maybe... Well, we won't have targets. We'll see, we'll see. We definitely need to do stuff on this turn. I think it's Strategic Betrayal. Into what? Into map token only, I guess. We could go for Elspeth and destroy Shiko. We don't draw cards though, but it's pretty good play like all around. No, I think it's Betrayal. I think it's Betrayal. Yeah, because we are drawing cards, we are closer to activating this. Duress is a really nice draw. They have 7 cards. Let's go. Man, we need to burn through all of this value. Oh, this one. Oh my god, they're so stacked. This can hit a Planeswalker. So, I think we just go for 3 steps ahead, I guess. We could exile it, but they probably don't want to cast it. Alright, okay, we cannot activate the Sanctuary, so we just go with this. To make sure that we either draw a land or get something meaning. I mean, this is a card. I'll take it. It probably will be meaningful at some point. Man, this won't be easy. We will cast Strategic Betrayal when we can exile the remaining, 3 cards. And then we want to really start attacking. As you can see, everything they have in the hand doesn't get rid of Ketramose. So this is our, ace in the hole of this matchup. because it's not an easy matchup for us. And with Charm, we could even put some counters so we can kill faster. Like if that has 7 power, it's 3 turn lethal. Alright. We know they did not have a counter spell except those 2 next cards. This will be high quality. This one is fully random. So this card that they will get right now should be way better than the one they drew. Like on average. And I really would love them to tap more. That opens plays. Like whenever they are tapped, you know what you can do. But this could be 3 steps ahead. It could be Exhale. They probably play 4. So, you know, then you need to play around stuff. And they probably will force it. I could Forage. And activate Ketramose with this. It's not bad. And we could destroy this. Maybe this is the play. This is the weirdest play ever though. And they have double Elspeth. I think it's a little bit too risky. Like we know they have Planeswalkers. So for now let's chill about this one. They still have Get Lost. And they can answer Elspeth immediately with it. Which is a bit of a problem. I know, but I still think it might be worth it. It might be worth it, and we can take Elspeth from the graveyard. Because this forces another play by them. And of course we go instantly for Salters, because that will be the leftover after they get lost. And then we can start trying to get some value. Alright? And they did it now instead of the end of the turn. I kinda hoped for it, to be honest. I guess we only get one guy. And Ketramose is the thing that we hope will survive. So let's put all the counters potentially here. We drew the land, which is nice. Like as you can see, those map tokens are making a big difference. Annex. Not a bad card, let's take it. And we got the counter. The problem is that they are getting such an amazing selection that I fear that at some point they might answer Ketramose with like a Revelation. And then we might not be able to resolve it again. So I would love to push for faster kill, but unfortunately we just don't have options. So if they play Shiko right now, that would be perfect. Because then I get rid of it, and I exile enough cards so Ketramose can start attacking. We put Clock on them, and Charm can accelerate it even. That's the idea. But we can get Elspeth and Ketramose back if they try to kill them, but it will probably be exile effect. Alright, so far, so good. So I discovered the way probably. Alright, I'll take it, guys. I think it might not get better than this for us, so maybe we can finish the game from this. I want this with 7 counters, 7 power in total, so we can go for 3 turn lethal. That would be the perfect play. Alright. If they have a counter, they have exactly 3 steps ahead mana. We can do it. Alright, first, Betrayal. It's strategic, if you wanted to know. This is kinda huge. It also exiles the graveyard, and they are using graveyard a little bit. So it still hurts them. And they know that then we can start attacking, finally. That's the big play. But even if they counter it, we can still feed the cycle and Forage, and still get, the activation on Ketramose. Okay. Let's see what they will show. Pay 4. I mean, this is a dragon, I guess. Powerful play, but I think it's worth paying. Let's go. This also means that we exile more cards. Alright, we drew a card, which is nice, and nothing to exile, but now we can start attacking. First hit for 7, that's huge. Now the timer starts, and life total also means a lot. We have Fortress, we have Sanctuaries. Do I want it? It's not a bad card, but it's also not a great card. I think we can do better than this. Alright, so the pressure is on them. But man, they're doing so many cards every turn. They still have double Elspeth, which is kinda okay for Ketramose. They get 2 tokens, we have Menace, so they block with both, and we kinda trade turns, so we need something on top of it. Alright, we are entering the stage that they need to, we pressure them to find the answer, next 2 turns. So far they didn't have it for, I don't know, 7 turns, so it is looking okay for us, but I would love to get back to 7 cards, set up the Annex, and find a new game plan outside of, like, everything on Ketramose, you know? Because it is a little bit risky. I mean, we will swing. That will be the play. Oh man, do we get exiled with like Right Send or something? I don't remember if they use this card. I hope they don't, but you never know. And it feels like something. But we have to attack, like we don't have other game plans. And I can always exile something from the graveyard in response. Alright, so they're going for it. That is interesting. I can replay her, right? Huh. I think that's fine. This gives them a lot, don't get me wrong, but at least we can make sure that we can keep playing this game plan. Let's see if they have Exhale. They could also draw one. Okay, so this is in the board. This can be a ton of damage, so maybe we want to exile one. I will go for the Annex. This could be a counter spell. Because if they had it, this is the moment. Alright, they're not going for it. Let's go. I wonder what they have. They have something for 2 mana, but it could just be Helix and nothing more. So we can still get a card. Let's do it. Especially that Revelation. Very often you play one single Revelation in the whole deck. Now we are doing cards. We are getting life. If we can get to 7 cards, that would help a lot, so we can make more plays. Okay. We could draw more. But I think Simrip is... Yeah, let's go with Simrip. This should be good enough. Man, what a game. We will have to fight actual, like, full value of this deck. We didn't have, like, quick tempo in the early game, so we actually need to face the full wrath of this deck. We would love to hit few Duresses, stuff like this. But we'll see if we can. Alright, on the bright side, because we replayed Ketramose, now they need to go through this. So they cannot attack freely. Like, if they stack, you know, double or triple Helix with this Monk, it's actually tons of damage, and they can finish you off later with, like, Shiko and Helix from the graveyard or stuff. So let's see what the play is. They have tons of mana. Alright, and our opponent decided on Elspeth. Oh, this is also a double strike turn, so Ketramose might be even more important. They can get flying on this, but I hope they cannot go for the lethal. They were thinking quite a long time, but don't forget, they only have Village here, and this is blue mana, so you cannot cast Helix out of this and 4 lands. So it can be at maximum 1 Helix and something else, which will make this a 6 damage attacker. And I mean, we have a good removal for it later. So they're going for Get Lost on the Annex. Alright, we'll take it. Now we can start doing cards with Ketramose. So now we are getting to a better situation. And look, their hand total is down to 5. We force them to start using those cards. And we'll need this life gain from Ketramose. Like, this is such a big deal right now. We will be at 11 already, 8 if they play it. And 6, because they played it before the hit. I believe we will be at 6. Yep. Man, this is rough. But we have ways, don't you worry. They tapped fully, that's huge. And now we have all the answers. So we could get rid of Elspeth, which is probably what we will do, right? We cannot kill them on this turn. Alright, I need to actually think about it. First, we probably go for the graveyard and see what the options are. And no creatures. Let's just go for the best cards. Because they can get it back with Shiko. So we invest 1 life, get a card that doesn't really matter. Maybe I should use the map token first. Maybe. But we want the counter, so it maybe wasn't the best. Maybe this is better. I will take Ketramose, this is nice. So we already have a kill here. We could even draw Ketramose. I think we put another counter. I think there is a solid chance they don't have an answer in the deck for Ketramose. Okay. So obviously we'll swing. Do we swing with more? So my play is Simrip on this. This will be 1 mana. Maybe we go for the Sanctuary. This could be a good play. Yeah, let's go. This way we attack more. Alright. 2 attackers, so this goes on Elspeth. They can kill it, but they need to invest something into it, and we care about going for the lethal as soon as possible. And we are back to 11, which is super important. Now we go this. We exile the monk. What a game we are working. See, we are nearly like even on value here. And we probably keep this one, right? Yeah, let's go. That was a good turn. This will be incredibly important what they have on this turn. Because right now we are ahead. Now we are winning. But we don't know 4 cards and each one of them can be like a serious trick. They used 1 Helix. Yeah, only 1. So they still have 3 in the deck. Starcage. Okay. We'll take it. At least they are not getting stuff back from the Ghost Vacuum. We should have enough ways to exile stuff from the graveyard, so I think we will keep drawing cards. I'm taking mana, but of course we don't have a way to use it, but our opponent doesn't know it, so we need to go for the best place. They cannot use Elspeth to answer it, and those counters on Ketramose are so important. Like having a 6/6 is such a difference compared to a 4/4. Okay. We want to kill this on our turn so we can exile stuff and draw cards. What is the play? Helix. Okay. So this feels like they're trying to go for the lethal. And I'm not sure if it will work. It also live games, so that's a big difference, I guess. We can go for the charm as well to pump our Ketramose even more. Okay, we have answers. Honestly, I think we are in decent spot. If that's everything, we'll probably win, but maybe there's more. Let's start feeding the cycle. We want to forage so we can get rid of some cards. And let's go like this. They're not fully tapped. We go for the cheap stuff, because for Deadly Cover-Up we need the expensive ones. We draw a card. We lose life. Man, you will see this deck to like full extent. Of course, the draw is really bad. Like this actually was kinda useless. But we are fighting still. Maybe we go for the Fortress. I need to actually think how we close it. I don't want to pay life, so we probably play the Courtyard. I could pump damage for Ketramose up to 8. But we can also go 6, 8. Wait, can we kill them on the next turn? Maybe. You know what? This could be... Well... No, we want to exile on our turn. I could also get Elspeth from the graveyard. This could be a good play. Like, this is actually massive. You know what? I think this might be the best play. Let's go. And we need untapped land then. And we need to pay life. Oh, that's scary. Okay, we'll do it on the next turn then. So, on this turn we do this. They cannot Helix, so I think we go for the Sanctuary. And we try to go as hard as possible. They can activate this, so priority is probably from that. I would guess. Let's swing. This is 9 damage. If they don't have a good answer, we can try to kill them on the next turn. But of course they have something, at least Elspeth. But this is already pretty decent. And we have tons of lands, so we should be fine. Of course we could hit something like Ugin, you know, the big cards, but we can probably close the game on this. Unless our opponent has some dirty trick up their sleeve. They still have 3 cards we don't know about. And the one we know about is extremely powerful as well. Furnace. Okay. 3 damage to Sanctuary. Definitely good for our opponent. Ketramose creates 2 blockers, but at least we have Menace and we are life gaining. So the sauna is such a problem. Because I really don't want them to get more cards. I want to finish the game before they recover. Right now we have advantage on tempo. They will probably make 2 tokens and try to block with them. And unfortunately it also kind of forces us to waste a turn destroying Elspeth, which is something we don't want to do. Oh my god, I really hope for something better. Maybe we just go for the charm on Elspeth. Then we draw a card, right? Yeah, because we could go for it, man. And we still deal some damage. I think we go for the charm. I need some good draws, man. If I go for Elspeth, we could get flying and they cannot kill her. Man, maybe just getting Elspeth from the graveyard is the winning play. They cannot probably deal 6 on 1 turn. They can deal 4, for sure. They still have a counter spell mana, so that might be a bit of a problem. You know what, let's just go for the sure play. We exile Planeswalker. And let's see if they have a counter spell. That's super important. Alright, so we draw a card and please let it be a non-land important card like Duress or something. You know what, I'll take this one. It's still doing something. And we have exactly the mana for the fortress, so, you know, that's something. We could go for this. I think I will. Because then they cannot get the other part. We draw a card, because this is a card, token is not a card, so I believe we wouldn't draw. And we did it! Man, I think this game was pretty decent, so if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, our opponent is going first. We have acceptable opening. I would love a Duress, but let's see the matchup. The matchup should be kinda okay for us, at least for now. So we don't need to pay life here. It seems to be the landfall deck, and we probably will go with Simrip as soon as possible. Yeah, let's make sure that we have some breathing room in this game. And we have Beza, which will be super nice later, and we also have Ketramose. So with this we can, like, you know, do a lot of cool stuff. Let's go. We don't want to show the Sanctuary yet. Let's go Ketramose. And we need to get to those 7 cards as soon as possible so we can start life gaining. This can be really painful hit. Let's see. Okay. I mean, we can kill it. So even though the hit is absolutely massive, I think this might be fine. We don't have double white. Man, like, we won't get good mana ever. So what can we do? I think we just pay extra mana, right? And get rid of the big dragon. Huh. I think this one should go. They don't have hasters, and on the next turn we are deadly cover-upping, so maybe we just go with this. You know what? I think this one might be better. This one might be better. We cannot, unfortunately, forage, so we cannot draw cards, but we can evidence, so that's a start. We won't get to 6, but we don't have to. Alright, a ton of damage. Oh my god, that's some solid damage, if I've ever seen one. Down to 5 already, but they are down to the last creature on the board. At least for this turn. Alright, and they are going for the impending cost. Alright. 2 cards basically. So we have to go for Deadly Cover-Up. No real... Oh, we cannot? Oh, we have to Aether Evidence 6 or nothing. Alright, let's do it this way. Because if you evidence, you also get the draw. So the next Deadly Cover-Up will hit as we need it. I needed Sanctuary because we needed untapped land for this one. And this might be their last push for now. Unfortunately, we weren't able to ever draw a card. This is a little bit better, but if they have a good pump, this might kill us, so the end is a little bit risky. On the next turn we can get Beza, so that will be nice. I think we go for this. This should be, you know, game-winning play overall. Right, so we evidence, we exile stuff from the graveyard, which is super massive. We draw a card, we go to 4. We actually don't have too much life, but Beza will help. And what we don't want to see in this game? This one is kinda good. I will go for this guy, because this makes it a little bit more predictable, and the rest is a little bit clunky, so maybe you can play around them. Alright, very good draw, very good draw. Here are elves. The Overlord will be like the last piece that we have some issues with. We could destroy everything. Alright. I mean, we can just go for Betrayal. I think this should be game winning, right? And we can go with Beza first. We are not really losing anything. Alright, alright. I think I have the play. So we are starting with this one, because I don't love being on 3. Let's get a little bit higher here. And now we get rid of both the board and the graveyard. And that should probably be enough. We still need to solve the Overlord, but I think we should be able to very easily. And now we are lifelinking, so our opponent... Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that was honestly a very close game, but we managed, man. Oh boy, what a draw. I mean, we are on the draw, so if we draw 2 lands, can we? Can we even risk this? We have turn 1 Duress, but that's literally it. And even if we draw 1 land, it's not good enough. I think we have to mulligan this, man. Like, that was kind of unplayable. So I think, okay, we will definitely keep it. But we are starting with mulligan. That's not perfect yet. And I will take the charm. I think it's a little bit easier to use. I will take this hand. You know, not perfect start, but this one is at least playable, so we will take it. We start with the fortress. We don't have turn 1 play. Then we can go for the courtyard. Well, it's a fast land still. And I mean, turn 3 we can already go for the charm. Turn 2 we can start removing stuff. And here's everyone's favorite. I honestly think we should kill her instantly. Just because they have probably protection spells. Next turn is the first time to play the Hydra, so we'll probably hit with the charm. Alright, we whiffed super hard so far, so nice to see that our opponent doesn't have the perfect curve. Is that the second Elspeth already? Oh boy, this one is going hard. This is really a tell. That we are still going for this play. Do I want to kill this? Maybe we can just try to buy time, man. So, okay, by this play, it means that, well, they could just go Bushwhack and get 2 mana. Maybe they have the Hydra, but they don't have something more. I will still risk it, because I think our RNG is bad enough that I think we need to start taking risks. Alright, I will make a stop, but they really want to play the land from the top, and they did. That is rough. Both counters on Breezy Bill. This is looking a little bit rough, and we are on the draw, so we cannot play a 5-drop, killing the Chocobo even. I think we need to allow it. They played the land, so at least we know they won't do more. But this is really rough so far. We can always make the token, so maybe that's our out. There is a chance they still have the protection spell, and I think they do. So I think we are in some serious troubles right now. They will just protect Chocobo. So I mean, there's not much we can do. This draw just doesn't have the place that we need, and we actually whiffed even harder. So this kind of shows you that you can have a lot of decks, but if you get mulligan into opening that just doesn't work, you will just get rolled, you know? We all have games like this, it will happen, and as you can see, our opponent just, you know, just rolls. I will play 1 more turn, but we're basically dead here. And against double Chocobo, even if we stabilize a little bit with Elspeth, it's probably too late. Yeah, we needed stuff like this earlier, probably. I mean, I can theoretically tank 1 more turn, but I don't think it will be good enough. Of course, I can only take this hit, and any kind of pump and a land from top, from hand, is enough. So that was a good game. So guys, this is a tournament version that has been around in different forms, I believe from the first day of the set, and I actually wanted to showcase this deck on like day 4 or something, but it didn't work initially for me because there were so many artifacts. So I tried with Ultima, didn't work for me, and now I see way less artifact decks, and suddenly this feels much better. Of course, you know, we also have some answers for Vivi with especially Sideboard sideboard. So you have a lot of stuff. This is a very solid tournament deck that keeps getting like top spots, not like top 3, but usually it's between the 5th and the 7th place out of like 40-50 players, and this happened multiple times. So this is the deck that seems to be performing. Usually it's like the highest ranked Orzhov in the tournaments I was checking. So if you are going tournaments, maybe this one is for you. I enjoyed it, and I think this might be the best time to play Ketramose because, you know, there's a little bit slower meta and you have answers to tons of stuff, especially with the sideboard. And the card draw for Ketramose, as you have seen, some decks just cannot answer it. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's games. I'm not going super long on the outro because the video might be a little bit late already, and I still want to get it on time, so you can get it on the lunch break or whatever you are watching it usually. So really thank you guys, thank you to all the patrons that allow us to make those videos. You guys are absolutely awesome, and as always, thank you. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and see you tomorrow. With